I'm gonna post this video right back to back if it lets me, possibly, but I hope this one don't be in front of the video that I talked about, like, you know, just the black issues. But I'm about to get a little slightly personal right now, because I do social media as like something of pastime. I really don't even care to engage with, or I put messages on there, like quotes or like funny memes. Who cares, right? But I don't really friend people. I don't really request people unless I had, you know, loving interactions with them. Like, even if it's just saying hi at some time in the past, then I request them as a friend. I rarely request people as friends. But people that I don't even remember, that I don't even know if they was ever friendly to me, request me as friends, and then they say things that I don't even want to see on my post. So if I don't want to see it, or if I don't agree with it, I'm going to state what I know or what I want without being in my feelings. I don't really get in my feelings like that, because I already know we are doomed as a people with how brainwashed we are. That's what makes me sad. So this girl, this lady, whatever you want to call it, she said, it's funny how people without a higher education say you don't need a higher education. And I was just like, or something like that. I don't remember. I wish I would have screenshot. I did screenshot it. I got to dig it up because I really don't care. I screenshot some of the stuff after she started like insulting me. I never insulted her one time. I just stated some facts of what I know about so-called higher education of United States of America. And I'm like, financially it's a scam. Secondly, other countries' higher education is far more superior than America. America's not in the top 5, of higher education. Of course, you could use it anywhere that's related to America's colonization. Excuse me. But you have other countries that have shorter amount of time, and they are more effective with what they learn in their higher education to put to use. They don't waste no time, and they don't do all that wasting money playing with their people like that. That's what I was basically saying. I didn't say all the words, but that's pretty much what I was saying. They have shorter amount of time, and their education is more on point. It's not no BS fillers type shit like this country. And this society is based on white supremacy. So if you try to like base your intelligence based on that let me know a whole lot about you. That lets me know that you have slave master mentality, and you want to insult other people's intelligence that you assume don't have this so-called higher education or any forms of it. And you get mad when somebody says some spot on truth. And basically, because I remember, I don't want to keep on taking the time on this video, but I remember I started doing business real young. I started doing these business ventures and business classes, and I have degrees. I have so many degrees, I can't even count them. I'm not a show off. I don't believe it. I don't show off my son's stuff. I don't show off my stuff. I just don't do that. That's one thing about me. I am not a show off, because I'm a jack of all trades. Anyway, and people go through things in life. And she insulted me and stuff like that. She sat up here and said crank or whatever. I never touched drugs a day in my life, in my body, ever. Anyway, that's besides the point. So basically all I'm saying is I'm stating stuff. Even I didn't go into details, but I know when I was doing these business ventures, there were people that were older than me that joined these business ventures because they all, like half of them, not all of them, half of them had degrees, master degrees in different professions, and they joined that business venture because they feel like they were bamboozled with those degrees, and all their savings and stuff had got wiped out. So, and they were saying I wish they were saying, I'm going to encourage my children to go to college. We're going to even pay for them to go to college, but we're going to tell them to do something that matters, something we're going to encourage them to get their degree in a way where it's not going to set them up for failure. And, there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. That's really the only way it makes sense to get any type of degree or put money into that educational system. So, but I didn't get into all that with her. She just sit there and assume that I didn't have no degrees, that I don't have no education or no higher education, so to speak. And she just insulted me just because I'm telling her, saying things. And it is, well, for Black people, it kind of doesn't matter because it's discrimination. The connections you have, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because I see a lot of people that are CEOs and only a percentage of them have their degree. Any degree. Some of them don't even have a high school diploma. And I see people that have their degrees in all these different fields. And if they don't have the right connections, their degree is just a piece of paper sitting there. And I feel sad for them, really, because they actually put their effort into something supposed to be proud of. And I didn't do nothing but congratulate those people. And I encourage people to do it. I also said this really the best thing that this country has to offer is college for youth or for people that's trying to get, do something. It doesn't have much to offer. So of course, I'm not saying don't go to college, don't get higher education. I'm just saying the facts of the situation. It's a choice. You should never bash anyone that be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna get a company. You got these 14-year-old kids inventing shit and getting multi-million-dollar actually contracts because they invented something. You got people investing in this and that and coming out with $1 million money. They have nothing to do with a degree. A degree doesn't make you smart in their education. We invented education. I don't need to prove how much knowledge I have to, especially no Negro pen, or to them. I have to prove it to myself. I have to prove it to the next generation, not to no Negro pens that think they're superior over somebody else because you went to Harvard or UC Berkeley, which, by the way, is right down the street from my neighborhood. Shit, I honestly don't really like it. I don't like that campus, but it's there. I didn't go. Oh, I did go there. I did take some classes there. Oops, my bad. See, I've been to so many places. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. Anyway, I don't like that campus though. I stay down the street from there, and too many horror stories with that campus. But I have family members that have graduated from there, and I congratulate them. It's no shade. My son is in college. He had put it on pause because of, and I'm not going to say what because I don't broadcast our shit. His shit got put on pause because of COVID. He's starting back. I think he's doing some summer stuff. I don't know. But it's his choice. I don't have to prove this stuff to nobody. I'm sitting here explaining. I'm glad she deleted herself because I wasn't about to explain a motherfucking thing. Don't do that type of shit though. Don't. Her shit was so insulting and disrespectful. She was all in her. She was going crazy. She had a degree in psychology or whatever, and I'm hella like just typing facts and just saying, elders that felt like it was kind of like all for nothing. Not really all for nothing, but kind of like a halfway battle of a situation. They're hard work and all that for it to be some issues. And they're Black people. Some of them wasn't Black. Some of them was like white, and then there was other races. But most of them was Black that was having this issue. But I didn't go into those details. I just said the basic statements like elders that had some issues. Nobody said don't go to college. They just said that there's issues within it, and it's the best thing America has to offer. That's basically it in short. And it's not what you know, it's who you know, and it's a financial scam, especially compared to other countries. That's all I said. That's all I said. And she just started saying, get off of my page. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. You're just mad because you don't have a degree. What I look like being super duper pro black and I tell people not to go to college. What the fuck? I've tried my best not to overly pressure my son to go take more and more classes in college so that he don't do the opposite of what I tell him to do. So what the fuck do you mean? Why would I do something like that? That's the best thing this country has to offer black people. Why would I not want somebody to go to college? Like, you're not making sense. And then she just started calling me names and saying hella insults. So it was like, you're going crazy. You actually like, it was like, because I have my degree in psychology and I wasn't even trying to psychology. I speak Ebonics though, but I wasn't trying to psych her. I was just stating facts from my observations, from what I seen, from what I was told, from what experiences people had and what's going on. And she got in her feelings. And that's one thing I noticed when you speak facts. Regardless of everything that's going on, even there's good things coming out of college in the black community for sure. But when you speak facts of the reality of things, people get in their feelings because the truth hurts. But the truth will also set you free. And on top of that, what pissed me off was that you're sitting here belittling and underestimating somebody. You don't even know what I got going on. I'm not finna broadcast what I got going on. I just know that don't be surprised. Wherever you at in this country, you might end up working somewhere with my fucking name on it. Don't be like that. And that's with anybody. I'm not high ego like that. I'm just saying, like, I know I'm not a Christian, but I know you can't be a Christian with that mentality, because that's what happens when you have that white supremacist slave master mentality as a black person. You look up and you end up having to serve the very people you insulted, that you belittled. Do not do that. Be careful. Like, that's part of the problem, tearing each other down. I never tear somebody down because they have their degree. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If I hear you down talking somebody that doesn't have their degree, or somebody you think they don't have their degree because you don't know what they did, and they sitting there, people that you think don't have a degree is sitting there feeling belittled, so they actually admit their belittlings. They actually admit what they didn't do and all this and that. And so that gives that person superiority complex to insult you and to belittle you. You would never be able to do that with me. I know who the fuck I am. I know what the fuck I've been doing. And I have probably more degrees than anybody, honestly. I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been to 5 different educational institutions / universities. Some of them is online. So fucking what? But I have, and I don't broadcast this to the world. And that's not counting community college. So don't underestimate people. And I just sat here and told y'all what the fuck I got. Anyway, like, I did that shit just because. And we belittle ourselves. I don't even be putting half of that shit to use because I don't have no passion about half of that shit. That's honest. That's the God honest truth. That's the God honest truth. I'm an artist at heart and spirit. Like, I don't have no passion about really much of anything in this country, society, whatever you want to call it. I have passion about things that have nothing to do with that. everything, I feel like anything that has to do with real genuine connections with your people and your community, if you go through the institution, unless you have a golden instructor or something, if you go through an institution, it's watered down and it's unsincere. I don't ever want no therapist like that. If I want to see a therapist like that, I don't ever want no therapist that act like that. Like, and then the cool part about having all these degrees and licenses and stuff, you make one wrong move, especially if you black, unless you're really just a sellout because you're doing them a favor. If you make one wrong move and you sneeze wrong, literally these days, you will lose all that shit anyway. So it's kind of like, who are you on the inside? That's all I really got to say. You know, think about these things though. And then I'm pretty sure while it was this whole change in this country of this society, COVID stuff, I'm pretty sure a lot of people had to think about something similar to what I'm saying right now. Anyway. But these are just, my point of views of things. I just always thought, and this is one good thing that I got from Christianity and African proverbs, indigenous proverbs, is you never belittle people and do that type of stuff to people, because that's just a mistake. Oh, one book that I always bring up is kind of related. I think it's called Mustafa's Daughters. But it was about marriage and a prince or a king or something like that, and two girls that was like competing with each other. And one was being real wicked and doing stuff which is like related to belittlement. But that's, where I learned that from. And then some Christian stuff that's stolen from African proverbs of principles. And I just feel like that stuff stands true, because trust me, as a youngster with the messy influences that I had from within my family and outside of my family, I attempted to do some of those things and that shit backfired in my face. And I'm glad I learned that shit hella young, because I would be looking stupid right now in my 30s having that fucking attitude. Wisdom is something you can't go to the oppressor to study and learn from. These are not just things I learned from myself. These are things I learned from elders, and blessed to, you have to have a humble spirit for the right people to be humble for. Because you shouldn't always be humble for everything for everyone. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, you got to humble yourself. That's not right. That's not godly. It's definitely not African. It's more like Miss Whitey. Worse than a white person. Only know them super duper duper Karens that do that type of shit. We are so vicious to each other. But I think this is too long for me to post on my story, so I'm going to post it on a live. But that shit is crazy. I'm sitting up here holding this thing because my technology is all like on pause and shit right now. So I'm holding this. But that shit just, it's like, damn, like, I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to comment if it comes across my shit. If it comes across my face of somebody saying something, somebody say something directly to me, if it comes earshot to me and I see you disrespecting something and somebody, I'm going to say something. Otherwise, get the fuck away from me, because I don't request nobody. I don't ask nobody to get in my motherfucking face with that type of shit. I like to show love and you feel me? Spread peace and joy with each other first and foremost. Marcus Garvey. Like, that's what I'm with. So, and the thing is, like I said, I don't even be getting that from like white folks half the time. Like, that shit crazy. They know what's up with their own fucking conquered ass, taken over ass country. So, get it together. Get to reality. Like, for real, I feel like my lips is dry from the damn mask. My lips was hella moist earlier. Like, I hate that fucking mask. All right. Peace, y'all. Thank you for listening. But please, I even would like some feedback. Like, let me know what's up or whatever. All right, y'all.